Hello citizens, welcome back. This is our match preview for Leicester vs City in the Premier League, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let's jump into it. But the big news around this game is whether Erling Haaland is going to start. Of course, he picked up a knock and he was a little bit ill before the Dortmund game, and in his press conference, Pep has said that Erling may not start and he'll assess him tonight, and we'll have to wait and see tomorrow if he's in the team or not. But for me, there's other areas of the pitch that are a bit of an issue for us at the moment. Leicester, at the moment they're playing all right. They've won the last two games against Leeds and Wolves. They've kept clean sheets in them games as well. And they're firing a little bit, I think they've got some decent players. I like Maddison, Barnes. I think they're really good players. And they can cause any team problems. Of course, Vardy scored against Wolves as well. And if Vardy plays against us, he's going to bang them one in. He loves scoring against us. He loves scoring against the top six. But he's going to be a threat because, they're coming back to form at about the right time. Now, what you can say is that, they have beat Wolves in the last game, and Wolves are pretty poor. They look like they might be going down. And they beat Leeds, who are having a little bit of bad luck at the moment. I think Leeds play really, really well. They just haven't had the rub of the greens. But Leicester still beat them, and they did perform quite well against them. So Leicester are going to be a tough cookie. And, of course, away from home in the Premier League is never easy anyway. As for City, it's a little bit surprising. I mean, you don't really think about it going from game to game, but we've only won one of our last four. We drew 0-0 with Copenhagen away after Gomez was sent off. We lost to Liverpool 1-0 away, of course, and we drew with Dortmund in the week. And that's, after we beat Brighton last weekend. But none of them games, really, apart from the Liverpool game. I thought the Copenhagen one, we were pretty poor. Of course, we were down to 10 men, so you can write off a little bit that. Liverpool, I thought we were better than them. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. We lacked a little bit of creativity and a little bit execution. The final third was a bit poor in that one. And against Brighton, we won 3-1, but I don't think we played great at all. And if you look at the stats, Brighton actually had more possession than us, which is unbelievable to think that Brighton had more possession than us at the Etihad. That should never be happening against anyone, let alone Brighton. And then, of course, Dortmund, which was an absolute shocker of a game. It was boring, it was dull. And I'm just thankful for everyone that joined me on the watch along, because it was a boring game and we kept each other company. Now, the Dortmund game, we were poor all over the pitch. I thought we lacked creativity in the final third. I thought defensively we looked a little bit shaky, particularly in the first half. I thought Dortmund should have gone in a half-time 1-0. We showed up a little bit in the second, but we really didn't do anything with the ball. We looked slow, we lacked ideas. And for Leicester, we're going to need to fix that, and hopefully we have. Like I said, we've only won one in the last four, so whether Erling starts or not, the midfield three and the ones out wide have to pick it up. They have to do something. We can't just rely on Haaland to score the goals anyway. Of course, last season we won the league without a striker, so we can do it with these players. It is proven. But at the moment, they're looking a little bit out of form, out of sorts, shall we say. So we need to fix that. Now, in defence, I don't think it matters who you play. Like I said, I think Leicester are going to cause us problems on the counter-attack. That's what they're going to do. If Vardy plays, they're going to try and play the ball to him all the time. They're going to hit the ball long. It's what Liverpool do against us. It's how they have all their success against us. And it's what Leicester are going to try and do. And if we can cut that out, we're probably going to win the game. We're going to get something out of it anyway, if we can cut out the counter-attack. Now, in terms of defence, you're looking at Cancelo, left back. He's a sure thing. Right back, I want to see Stones play. I know some people are a little bit unsure about Stones at right back because he hasn't got the pace, but for me, he gets up and down the pitch quite well. He's another aerial threat for corners, free kicks, and of course, defensively, I think he's solid. I think he's a really good player when he actually plays and is not injured. Centre half, I think Laporte and Diaz, you can't go wrong. I mean, they've been our best centre-back partnership for the last couple of seasons. And as soon as we get them up from firing properly, I think we're going to look really solid at the back again. In goal, it's probably going to be Edison coming back in for Ortega. And the one thing I will say about the Dortmund game is we had a keeper who was actually making saves, and it really told. I was a little bit less nervous when they were on the counter-attack, considering them when we have Edison and I expect every shot to go in. So that's something to think about going ahead. Midfield, of course, you need to start with De Bryne, Rodri and Bernardo. For me, them middle three, they have to play every single game, and I can't understand why Pep switches it around when he puts De Bryne on the right, or he puts Bernardo on the right or on the left. them three, for me, they are so crucial to how this team works. Gundogan played against Dortmund, so I wouldn't expect him to come in against Leicester. I wouldn't be surprised if Pep does it, though. I'd be disappointed because, as I've said before, Gundogan and Bryne, they don't work together away from home. You know, we saw against Newcastle, we struggled. We saw against Liverpool, they struggled. Basically, whenever them three play together, De Bruyne, Gundogan and Rodri, it just looks a little bit unbalanced. We need Bernardo's going between De Bruyne and Rodri and bring a little bit of balance to that middle. So for me, Gundogan probably shouldn't play this game. Hopefully he doesn't, for me, because I think if he does, we're going to be a little bit less defensively solid. And like I said, Leicester are going to hit us on the break quite often. And we need Bernardo to go back and track that and put in that work rate for us. Left-hand side, I want to see Grealish on the left and I want to see Foden on the right. I don't think Mahrez should play this game. I think Mahrez has had a few chances in the last month and he's not taken any of them. I don't think he played well at Copenhagen. I don't think he played well at Dortmund. I just don't think he's the man. And I don't think he played well against Bryne either. I don't think he's been taking his chances this season. I don't think he looks the same. I think Pep doesn't favour him at the moment. And I don't think he should play. So I'll put Foden on the right and Grealish on the left. And if Haaland's fit, of course, Haaland in the middle. Because you look at them front three and look at the games they performed really well. In United, we tore them apart. Wolves tore them apart. And it was because Foden on the right, Grealish on the left, Haaland in the middle. Pep just needs to keep that consistency. And for me, they'll all perform. If that's our team, if that's our front six, Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Foden, Mahrez, not Mahrez, Grealish and Haaland, every game, I'd feel very confident going into every single match. And I'd expect us to score plenty of goals. Now, if Haaland doesn't play, it means that Alvarez is going to start up front. Now, I want to see Alvarez play. Of course I do. I think Alvarez can be a real good talent for us. Maybe not this season. I've got to try and remind myself as well that Alvarez did come in at the end of the Argentinian season straight away. He's finished that and he's come straight to us. So he's not really had a break. He's only just getting used to the team still. You can argue that Haaland's not been there long, but you can't judge Alvarez from Haaland. They're completely different players. And I think Alvarez will be a very, very good player for us going into next season and beyond. This season, however, he just looks like he's trying too hard, maybe. You know, he's got all the work rate, he's got all the hard work. You can see it, you can see the determination. But at the moment, he's just not showing his quality. And I don't know whether that's because Pep keeps changing his position. You know, sometimes he drops a little bit deeper. He likes to play in behind Haaland. He doesn't really play him up front. But if he plays up front a few games, I think then we'll get a proper judge of how he is. So we'll see if Haaland's fit and if Alvarez plays. But for me, if he is fit, it's got to be Haaland, hasn't it? And like I said, Leicester are a tough game. And I think one of the most important things for this, and I think I can't be the only one that has this opinion, is that we need to play better. Even a win, even if it's a scrappy 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, whatever result it is, if we play poorly, I just think that sets a bad precedent for the next couple of weeks ahead of the World Cup. We need to get back in form quickly. We need to win this game, and we need to win by 2 or 3 goals. And we need to be secure at the back and less sloppy in possession and quicker in possession. You know, because like I said, we've only got 2 weeks to the World Cup now, and I think these are massive, massive games. We don't want to be like 4-6 points behind Arsenal going into the World Cup. That would be an absolute nightmare. Ideally, you want to be top of the league by the World Cup, and I said that at the beginning of the season, and I've said that consistently over the last couple of months. I'd like us to be top by Christmas, by the World Cup, because they're our most important months, the winter months, because that's when the team starts playing every 3 days. Pep doesn't get to change his team around a lot because he's just constantly thinking about game. But we don't get that luxury. So we need to be as close to Arsenal or in front of Arsenal as possible for the next 2 weeks. And that means we need to perform better. And we need to score goals because, you know, we didn't score against Dortmund, we didn't score against Copenhagen, and we didn't score against Liverpool. That's 3 of our last 4 games we've not scored in. That's not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. And I think, as well, if I'm right, yeah, we've had 2 penalties in them games as well. So, let's do better. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. As always, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let me know in the comments what you think, who you would start. And yeah, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. And make sure to join me for the watch along as well. I will be doing a watch along. It's a 12:30 kickoff, I think. So join me around about 12:15. And see you there. Thank you very much. Bye bye.